Before we begin, I did just want to quickly share a link with you guys. There's been a fundraiser created for the family of Adam Johnson, the Nottingham Panthers player who tragically died on the ice last evening. It's down in the description. Click on it to help the family out. I will say it's been nice to see everyone in the hockey community coming together today. But let's talk about the Heritage Classic / the Battle of Alberta. And this was a weird one because both the Flames and the Oilers have just had totally disastrous starts to their NHL seasons. The Oilers especially, I think, just so far below expectations in almost every metric. And I've got to say, this game didn't feel as chippy or physical as the Battle of Alberta often does, but I mean, some of that's probably due quite simply to the conditions. One of the recurring themes, however, especially in the first two periods, was Nazem Kadri trying to get his team into it. He was chirping back and forth, especially with Kane. They cut away on the broadcast as this was happening, but you could also see him start to talk to the Oilers bench after skating by. We even got a hot mic of one of his interactions with Kane where he said,
"Stay away from the puck, bud. Puck doesn't want you."
Which, I mean, kind of ironic. Neither of those players have had great starts to their season from a scoring perspective. This game did feel extremely lopsided, though, in favor of the Oilers. I don't know what's going on with Calgary, but this team has no personality. They're not fun to watch, quite honestly, and they just don't have it. Put simply, they don't have it. Kulak would open the scoring about 5 minutes in off a big, fat, ugly rebound, and the 60,000 fans in attendance would largely like that. I mean, there were obviously a lot of Calgary fans as well, but it was mostly an Edmonton crowd. Edmonton had several good bouts of pressure, then Zach Hyman would score his third off the year off a beautiful Draisaitl feed. Kadri would then go on to get his first of the season on the dying moments of a 5-on-3. Pretty simple tip-in, but he fought for position. Credit to him. But just a moment later, Bouchard would restore the 2-goal lead, and the game would eventually end 5-2 with shots 34-26. Honestly, it was a boring one. However, I will say I thought the NHL did a great job with the Heritage Classic. The scenery was great. I loved how both teams came in as oil workers and cowboys. Obviously, that was for Edmonton and Calgary, respectively. The weather was perfect, apparently, which, you know, in Alberta, there's a risk of it just being terribly cold. I will say, the Nickelback halftime show, probably the most Alberta thing ever. But yeah, the NHL did a great job with the presentation. Lots of really scenic shots with the sky in the background. Could this game be a catalyst for the Oilers to reset their season, especially with McDavid back in the lineup? Where does Calgary go from here? Let me know your thoughts on all that and more down below.